The thrill, the excitement of knowing that the Scholastic Book Fair is coming to your school. Fair assessment? Well, if you don't know what the Scholastic Book Fair is, it's this company comes and sets up a market for children in a classroom, and you can buy books and toys, and it happens once a year, and it's absolutely thrilling to experience capitalism as an 8-year-old. So I have 2 older sisters, my sisters Cassie and Elizabeth, and they had been hyping me up for years about the Scholastic Book Fair, and it was finally my turn to go in kindergarten. And my parents gave me, a $5 bill, which could get you very far at the Scholastic Book Fair back in the day. And I picked out a book, and not just any book, but a book that lit up, and it made noises when you turned the pages, and it was just a beautiful book. That day, after purchasing that book, was hanging out in the basement with my 2 older sisters. Cassie, 8 years older than me, so she's 13 at this time. Elizabeth's 3 years older than me, so she's 8 years old, I guess. They could supervise me at this age, right? It was the early 2000s. They're playing with each other in the basement, and I'm laying on the floor, absorbed in my new book. I flip over to the back, and there's like a box on it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So I'm playing with it. It pops open, and a battery in slow motion is falling out to my very open mouth. It was almost like taking communion at church. I'm Catholic, I had some practice. It hits the back of my throat, and what do? Gulp. It's, to give you perspective, it's like a hearing aid battery, not like a AA, but, so yeah, I was, very easily just gulping it down. This is where the decision-making processes started coming in. It started to feel like the Situation Room. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, cool. Do I tell my sisters, or do I just chill, figure it out later? Again, kindergarten, 5, 6 years old. I decide, okay, let me tell my sisters, I'll tell my sisters. I gather them around, and I'm like, hey, so this book, so cool, but I opened up the back and I swallowed a battery. Cassie's definitely old enough at this point to have the alarm bells go off, and she's like, okay, heads together again. Situation Room, do we tell Mom and Dad? Yeah, we'll just mention it, but you feel fine, so it's not a big deal, so whatever. A few minutes later, my dad comes into the basement. What's up, gang? This is where, Cassie plays it really cool. She's like, oh, had a great day at school. We're playing down here. Madden swallowed a battery. Can we get pizza for dinner? Yeah, and then the ultimate decision-making comes in where my dad has to put his heads in his hand and realize he has to call Mom. and tell her that her precious 5-year-old ginger child just swallowed a battery. Fast forward into the ER where we meet my mother, who's hysterical and very upset, obviously. I still have no idea what's going on. I feel completely fine. So we're hanging out at the ER, and by hanging out, I mean I'm getting an x-ray, and the doctors are very concerned. So I still don't know what's going on at this point, but I know my mom's upset and I want to make her feel better. So I think, okay, let me practice that dance that she just taught me. It fits perfect because we're in an ER, we're in a hospital. Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive. Inside of the ER, waiting for my x-ray to come back, everyone's really upset. So the x-ray does come back, and you wouldn't believe it, my guts of steel have kicked in, the battery has made its way past the vital organs by the time we had gotten to the hospital. And the medical advice at that time was to just let stuff happen, if you catch my drift. And my mom had to catch my drift to make sure it came out. So that's my story on how a battery can disappear very easily inside of your body. And also the title of babysitter can disappear very quickly off your sister's resumes.
Everybody. Nice, very nice. All right.